What's good, YouTube? This your boy Dion with Quality Custom Designs, back with another video. And in this video, we will be embroidering on a hoodie. And what we will be embroidering is yet another new design that will be added to the website coming next year. So definitely stay tuned for that. It is called Heartless. Name was created by my wife. We designed it. So the design is called Heartless. You guys probably saw it in the thumbnail how it came out. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the tutorial and how I stitched it out. So these are the tools that we were using, which is the 8x8 hoop. We will have the cutter, roller, scissors, some adhesive, love it, and our cutaway stabilizer. Not tearaway, but cutaway. So these are the equipments and tools that will be used. So let's get everything started now. All right, so what I will be doing now is just cutting the cutaway stabilizer just to see how much I'll need. Sorry, scoot that down some. So I usually do approximately, let's say if I were to just put it on here, I want about close to 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches on this side and probably on this side. So let's see. I'll cut it here. Now move it. So that should be enough right there just for the frame to fit. That should be perfect. All right, now let's go ahead and add the adhesive and then turn the hoodie inside out and lay everything down. So we have the hoop flipped inside out. It's kind of the tricky part right here when trying to straighten the part that you want to lay down your stabilizer. Just try to get it nice and flat. Okay, looks about right. Sometimes what I usually would do is heat press it, but just for time's sake, I'm just gonna try to make sure I smooth it out good enough. All right, great. So now let me start adding the stabilizer. So I have the stabilizer already added the adhesive on it off camera. So just try to line this up as best as I can. I think that will do. Perfect. And that looks about right. That looks good. Okay, so now flip it. I'm gonna flip it back inside out and go ahead and start hooping. So let's go ahead and add our bottom hoop. It's gonna go inside. Just try to find where I want it to sit. Now that's flattened. Just make sure that the sides are good. You want everything to be somewhat even. I know it's not going to be perfect, but still want it to be somewhat even. And that kind of looks about right, but what I will do is scoot it over a little bit more. Does that look even? About right? Yeah, that looks about right. So I'll go with that right there. Then I'll lay the top hoop on. And what I usually like to do is make sure that your bottom hoop is tight, not all the way tight, but tight enough to where once you push it down, there's no spaces, no wrinkles in the inside to where your design might start to smush up. So just make sure that there are no wrinkles in there. Okay. Perfect. So now that's down very, very tight. But what I am going to do is tighten it up even more. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit more. And then head over to the hoop. All right, now we are over at the machine. So what I like to do is pull this back. Of course, you don't want any of that getting embroidered. Lay it on there. Make sure it's connecting. Okay, so once you have that, just try to roll this part back. As so. Make sure that's clamped down tight. You also always want to check under the machine and make sure that there is space to where it won't embroider over it twice as far as the top and the bottom. So another thing I like to do with hoodies is just I usually clamp everything together just to try to keep it from not moving too much. That usually holds right there. So this is just a technique I like to use. All right, so all we have to do is go ahead and load up the flash drive and get everything set up. So stay tuned for that. So basically that part was just telling you that always make sure you oil your machine before you get started. And I advise that before you do any project, even if you oiled it the day before and you're starting a new one, just make sure you put a small drop. Just to, you don't want it to burn out or anything to mess up. So definitely make sure you put your oil. Everything looks about right. So let's line everything up. Go to the flash drive and find the design. Perfect. So this is like I said, the design, which is called Heartless. So this is the one that will be getting embroidered today. And this will also, just to remind you that this will also be on the website. Everything looks great. We do have to flip it. I'm glad I remembered that. We have to flip the design, of course, because it's bottom side in. And since I do already have it positioned to where I wanted it to get embroidered, I am going to scoop the design all the way to the top. Now, you can do that, which takes a while, or it's touchscreen, so it can get moved. If you can hear the noise, that is the hoop. So now it's 0.8, but we want that to be 0. So We're going to move it over to its all zeros. Hold on. So now we know that it is in the middle. Perfect. First color is red. So without further ado, let's get this portion started. And if you're still here watching the video, go ahead, do me a huge favor and hit those notifications, subscribe to the channel, as well as thumbs up the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. So far, so good on the design. If you can see, it's a line right here in the middle. I had to do a thread change because my bobbin ran out. I wanted to go back over with another red, but I'm gonna leave it like that because I know it's going to be other stuff to overlap it. So no big issue. I mean, of course, for a customer, yes, I will redo it, but this is a personal hoodie for me. So other than that, everything is going great. Stay tuned to the video, guys. And once again, thank you guys for even watching and sticking around. So I appreciate that. right, so finished with that portion. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the white. It's not going to be too long. So we have the white, and then we're going to go into the black. So let's go ahead and get that started now. So these are the small marks, you could say cuts for the stitches. All right, so now we're off to the bigger stitches that will go on each point. As you can see, these point will be the black stitches to go across. So let's get that started, and I have to go ahead and thread that part, then we'll get that started. Okay, so now we are starting the last portion, which will be the band-aid. So let's go ahead and change out the thread colors and get that started now. I ain't gonna lie, this band-aid coming out crazy. I mean, it kind of look realistic to me. I mean, it's just me, you know, how I'm looking at it right now. It actually looks like a band-aid. The small little holes is not in there yet, so I figure once that comes into play, then you guys will see what I'm talking about. All right, done with that portion. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the borders and, like I said, the small holes that go inside or on the tips of the band-aid. All right, guys, so the design is finished embroidering. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take it off the machine and show you guys the final result, and you guys can be the judge. Let me know what you think. Let's get that started. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. How did it come out? It's a small gap here. I will definitely fix that, but that was because it was supposed to be another piece of band-aid on top, but I didn't feel as if I needed to keep embroidering over and over and over more stitches, so I just cut that part out. So I know it's a gap, so I know I'll just have to push this design up. It doesn't need anything for a pull cop or anything. It's just a design, how I stitched it. I mean, not stitched it out, but how I digitized it. So, but everything else looks great. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. This is dope. Like I said, this will be another part of the Change the Culture merch, but this is called Heartless. So everything will be on the website. Definitely stay tuned for more videos like this, guys. And I appreciate you guys for staying here and watching the video. Once again, this is your boy Dion with Quality Custom Designs. And as always, stay blessed and continue to strive for greatness. And I'm out, guys.